there everyone, today I'm reviewing a ScaleTrains model in HO scale decorated for Union Pacific. The unit was originally built as UP3157 with a model designation of SD40-2. The build date was around February 1972. Long-haul freight service was its main duty. UP updated the unit as a SD40N with the modernization program that began around 2011. The unit retained its original high-adhesion 6-axle trucks and a 4-foot shorter low-hood design. The locomotive's air horn, a Nathan K3HAR2, was relocated to the dynamic brake housing, differing from the original placement. As of late 2024, Unit 1986 is currently operational in general service across the network. Let's go ahead and put the ScaleTrains SD40N through its paces and see if it makes the train roster. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I grade for both quality and value across 7 sections, plus a bonus. If you want to score your own locomotives, check out our free printable online grading tool over at trainroster.com. Let's get started. I record box openings because I do experience bad packaging, also missing parts and physical defects. I also provide the videos to manufacturers to assist with their quality assurance, so this is part of the grading experience. The model is packaged in a durable cardboard box. Opening the box displays the instruction manual that includes a section for DCC operation, lubrication, and maintenance. A piece of soft foam lays between the instruction manual and the protective case. The locomotive is encased in a 2-part combination package. What I am doing is checking for rattling or loose parts before I open the sealed clam package. A pull-away plastic sleeve encompasses the interior clam case. A protective clam cradle holds the model firmly in place for movement. Additional soft plastic protects the model from the protective clam case. Handrail foam protects the side rails from handling. Overall, the package and presentation case is good and provides a high degree of protection from handling and storage. Now I'm going to check the center line on the coupler height gauge and compare it to the coupler. Looks like the front coupler is coming in low, so that's going to be minus 2 points. And checking the rear coupler, that's coming in a little low. That's going to be minus 2 points. So checking for the proper wheel gauge, all the wheels are in gauge. This model is lighter than other 6 axles, but this is to be expected. Still a very heavy model weighing in at 1 pound 1.8 ounces. The paint has very nice coverage. It is opaque. It's free of blemishes. The decals are sharp. There's extensive micro lettering all over the locomotive. Many decals are readable under magnification. It's clear ScaleTrains focus on capturing the specifics. Canopy, what are you doing here? This is a model review, not an installation video. Wait, I read the napkin writing you submitted to your representatives. There was no mention of you doing reviews, just installations and upgrades. A second napkin? Huh? Do you have a case of these things hanging around somewhere? Is this why you had a Costco membership put into your contract? If you help with these reviews, you have to understand that this is not the same as doing an upgrade installation video, so you can't be nitpicking everything. Okay, fine. Let us get back to the review video. It's clear ScaleTrains focus on capturing the specifics of the modern -2 era locomotive, particularly with the UP SD40N replacement side window panels. The detail carries through the interior, featuring a realistic cab interior with a separate floor, rear wall seats, and a standard AAR control stand. You'll appreciate the operable elements like the sliding cab windows and the separately applied exterior details, including tall mirrors mounted near the windows and the standard EMD sunshades with long tracks. Finishing the assembly are numerous factory-applied wire grab irons, wire lift rings, windshield wipers, giving the cab a complex and authentic look. The front end is loaded with fine details, starting with the late SP UP style pilot plow, which includes separate grab irons. The pilot face is modeled as delivered. Yes, I see the paint missing on the railings and grab irons. No, I'm not taking points off for that. You do realize that the video is extremely zoomed in, right? This is so minor. I see a speck of dust under the extension that's bigger than the missing paint canopy. So no, I'm not taking points. Thank you, Canopy, for understanding. Now, the pilot face is modeled as delivered with those characteristic reinforced lifting holes. Below the deck, you'll find 3 hose multiple unit clusters and train line hoses, all finished with nice silver glad hands. For coupling, it features a semi-scale coupler buffer with durable metal semi-scale typing knuckle couplers. Completing the assembly are front-angled uncoupling levers with loop handles and mounting brackets, the early small deck extension, and standard drop steps. Illumination is provided by LED illuminated ditch lights mounted on the pilot face, with the whole area feature numerous factory-applied wire grab irons that Canopy pointed out that's missing paint for extra realism. Moving to the roof, this model features some great prototype-specific details. The cab has a whip antenna and the small Sinclair Excalibur Ice Gate EOT antenna next to the number boards. The roof is also home to a realistic Dayton-Phoenix HVAC system unit to keep the crew comfortable, along with the larger PTC antenna array cabinet toward the rear. Power details include the standard turbo exhaust stack, and the accurately profiled extended range dynamic brakes with a batten strip. There's a standout detail here with the Lost Wax brass cast, Nathan K3HAR2 horn, complete with shower caps. Good question, Canopy. Lost wax is an ancient molding process where the wax is dissolved or lost in the creation of the mold. Pretty interesting research. So the horn has shower caps. The horn has been correctly relocated to the rear of the dynamic brake housing, reflecting a specific prototype modification. And finally, the radiator fan housings give a clear view of the 48-inch fan blades inside, finished neatly with a curved radiator fan grab iron. Starting on the engineer's side, since we already covered the cab, we can get a good look at its side profile. It features the detailed cab interior and functional elements like the sliding cab side windows. Outside, you can spot the tall mirrors mounted forward of the cab, along with the standard EMD sunshades with long sunshade tracks. The paint scheme is showcased in UP red numbers with a highly detailed UP logo and model number printed on the cab. The unit has the early electrical cabinet that features the zigzag seam, positioned further from the rear of the cab. The paintwork is sharp so far. Again, we see nice details. I had a feeling you were going to flag the Union Pacific in lettering. So you're not wrong, this is a modeler's decision. I'm going to hold off on docking points right now. If this is the only blemish, I can fix this. But depending on how the rest of the review goes, I may revisit this to check out our options. Good job, Canopy. Toward the rear, we find the chicken wire radiator intake grills. The walkways feature scale section tread plates. I do see the debating out there if this was in error. It is not. It's very prototypical. The railings so far are straight and durable. Moving on to the conductor side, we can confirm the paint still looks good and the decals are sharp. You can clearly see the model number print. This side boasts very nice details. Here is the latch battery box doors with narrow louvers and lift-off hinges. We continue to see fine legible microlettering all over this model. We're getting a peek at the walkway light. That'll wrap up the sides. On the rear of the locomotive, we have functioning headlights. The walkway lights are bright, even though there is plenty of environmental lighting. We have more factory-applied wire grab irons. For the rear pilot, the attention to detail is consistent. You'll find rear multiple unit hose catch baskets along with 3 hose multiple unit hose clusters that feature the nice silver glad hands. The rear is equipped with straight uncoupling levers with loop handles. 4 inner mounting brackets that's specific to this unit. Just like the front, it has the rear early small deck extension and rear standard drop steps. A practical detail is the spare knuckle holders on the rear pilot face. The rear is finished with factory-applied wired grab irons, and the LED illuminated rear pilot face mounted ditch lights look really good, adding great visual effect. Alright, let's take a look at both sides of the underframe and the trucks. There's a lot of separate plumbing. You can see the traction motor cables. Tall jacking pads. They have holes, so it's the early jack pads. A lot of plumbing. Nice brake parts. Paint's nice. Accordion style air dryer there. A 4,000 gallon fuel tank. Fuel filler. The vertical gauge. Round gauge. on the tank sides. The waste retention tank. It's on the back there. That's a specific detail. More brake parts. The lettering is real crisp. Right there on the sill, on the trucks. Nice shock absorbers. All the way back to the stairwell. Let's flip over to the other side. Okay, we have more brake detail. It's like a speed recorder. More shocks. Chains. I think that's a Graham light right there coming up, right by the fuel tank. The details on both sides of the fuel tank look really nice. Just a lot of plumbing. Ground light looks pretty bright, even with all this environment light. There's that vertical gauge, round gauge, filler, reservoir tanks. Deep back there on the fuel tank, just a lot of piping. Air dryers coming up. The details on the wheels where the caps are. They did a really nice job with this. There's a nice breather pipe too. Let's talk lights. This model is decked out with a fantastic array of LED lighting. You get directional LED headlights and the classic EMD headlight housed in the number boards. Speaking of those, the printed number boards have their own separately controlled backlit LED illumination. That's a cool detail. What really makes it stand out is the accent lighting. We have LED illuminated ditch lights on both the front and rear pilots. For an extra touch of realism, there are multiple LED illuminated walkway lights. There are also ground lights on both sides of the cab. All this LED brilliance makes it look incredible in operation. Have you had a chance to like, subscribe, and share yet? If not, please take a moment and ring that bell. Unit 1986 had both couplers low, so we took 4 points. But it gained 10 points for an accurate antenna array, see-through stairs, and having lit ground lights and walkway lights. Regarding the blemish for the lettering in the Union Pacific name, we decided no points will be taken for that. There were no other blemishes found. For this decision, I agreed to let Canopy decide the next hard call. That's what getting along looks like, the importance to give and take. The ScaleTrains SD40N scored 106 in quality and 106 in value, both earning an excellent rating. My thoughts on this unit? This unit is joining the train roster. I'll be fine-tuning the sound and enhanced functions, plus speed matching both the long and short hood for fleet integration. I have upcoming projects that you may find interesting. If you want to check out the SD75M series, that was a fun one, with the installation of ground and stair lights and a full decoder install. I hope you enjoyed this segment for the product review. As always, happy railroading.